factor. Now Vasiljevic drives in, a little bit out of control.
Passed the ball. That was a 2-on-1, Jeff. That had to be passed off.
You think it's because he's gotten in such flow of the game with his shot that he just felt like he couldn't miss?
Maybe. You know, some places don't see a second person out there. It's just that they're that way minded.
Beautiful bounce pass from Gandia to a cutting Abube.
And Leslie finished this time. Abube had a wide open layup last time and had it blocked.
And you know, with Teixeira out, the minutes of Abube and the minutes of Barry, Barry's the guy that's really coming to the fore for me, for Puerto Rico. Hasn't played much. He's coming out, digging in. There he is, reaching around, commits the foul, but you know, it limits Humphries.
That's the first look into the low post for Humphries, and they were patient.
Clark out, Hodgson out, the two super subs, and Owies and Wilson back in for Australia. There he is again, Vasiljevic, and it's just a natural born scorer.
Yeah, he doesn't think twice, does he? That's his fourth tray, I think. 16 points, Jeff. He's by far the leading scorer in this game. He's got as many points as Puerto Rico have. Must be Wilson, I think. Just a hand on the hip. He spin it around, is it me? Referees are so consistent, I think, with that. You cannot touch a dribbler in the hips with your hand.
Australia thought that they called a foul, a moving screen.
See, I don't think that's a foul. He's trying to get over a screen, and what's he doing wrong? What's he got to do?
Well, his coaches were telling him that he kind of wrapped around the pick, which is why.
Yep.
Moya. Oh, Moya, shake and bake. Hands it off to Gandia. Here he is, little floater. Nope. Back to Moya.
Good hustle from Gandia. Got to get this one down.
Just can't quite get it to go yet, but Abube, as long as you big boys are in there cleaning up the mess.
Undersized big boys too.
I love situations like this where unheralded players have to come in and really give something to the team. And that's what Puerto Rico are leaning heavily on right now. There you see White goes in, has the shot blocked. And Abube with the rebound, but turns it over. Back to White. And the foul, I think, was on Moya.
Jeff, I go back to that last play from White. What a pass from Humphries. Up in the air, looked like it might get a reverse layup. Just dumps it down to Jack White.
That was a needless turnover, though, from Puerto Rico.
It was
after
indeed.
They played good defense.
It was indeed.
Well, Teixeira's coming back into the game, so that's a relief. White makes the first free throw. Interesting to see what the injury was, because I never saw it roll, but he had a lot. He was in pain. And the second one is good as well. So he's going to replace the guy who's been covering for him. Barry comes over and everybody gets up to applaud him, you can see, for being a real warrior out there and not letting Australia run away. But even so, Australia up 10. Now, I seem to remember Spain leading Puerto Rico by 9 in the first game of the tournament. And Puerto Rico were able to come back from that. Australia may be a different proposition. Teixeira, here he is. First touch. And offensive foul called on Moya, setting a pick.
That's one of those mistakes you can't really forgive. You know, you just stand there and set a screen. Your teammate uses it. Gandia was wide open too. It must have been a good old block.
Wilson travels. Now, if you're a Abube there, is that a situation like, you know, Wilson has struggled from three-point range? Should he not just kind of let him have it?
Well, I think the other thing is, Jeff, that if Wilson had been stroking it for this tournament, he wouldn't have thought twice about putting the ball on the floor. He was wide open. But yeah, you're right. I think defense, you just close out as best you can, don't you? Just do your job regardless of what happened previously.
There's another bounce pass from Gandia. 2 on the shot clock. Allende. Just not the Allende that we watched earlier in the tournament so far. Tough shot from Moise, and Humphreys follows it up.
Knocks Jack White to the floor. Son, get out of my way.
Australia now with a 12-point lead. Moya back to Ebube. Puerto Rico can get a timeout after, on the next dead ball, Humphreys unsuccessful. Gandia, nice pass. Well, the one thing he is doing, Gandia, is making some terrific passes.
Yeah, he's running the show for Puerto Rico, as he should really. Moya's doing a great job too.
They just can't shoot.
No, can't drop them, can they?
No, can't put it in the ocean.
Big chance for Australia here. Somebody can drop a 3.
Travel is the call, or I should say the curse result if they can't put it in. Rowling's going to come back in after this timeout that's been called by Puerto Rico.
Yes, Leandro Allende is getting a bit of a hair pasting from the coach there. Just sort of took that pump fake and going up strong, but once you get in players' minds, and maybe that's what it's in, is Leandro Allende is double thinking himself, second guessing himself. Just got to play hard. Just go with your instincts.
You see the scores there for Puerto Rico. Nobody's been able to really get into a rhythm, whereas for Australia it's pretty obvious that it's been a one-man wrecking crew tonight. It's been Vasiljevic.
He's not even on the floor as well, which is, he's got the hot. This is another thing, Jeff. You go back to players, he's hit 4 3-pointers. He's got the hot hands, so the last thing players want to do when they're hot is to be sitting on the bench. As a coach, you've got to ride the wave. You've got a game plan. Obviously, you've got minutes to hand out. Vasiljevic is on the floor now.
Yeah, he's back now.
I guarantee he'll test the water again if he gets a chance.
Oh yeah, he's in the flow. He's taken out. He hasn't. I don't think he's had the tournament that some people expected up to this point. So he's unleashing his fury here on the Puerto Ricans.
He's had 2 double-doubles. 23 against Japan, so he's, like he says,
but that's Japan.
Fits and starts.
Here he is out on the fast break. And now Puerto Rico are going to have some problems.
That's real good work for Vasiljevic. He's got 16, but it's unselfish. Somebody's ahead of him. McMullen got the ball.
Ebube, Gandia finally gets a 3 to go. See if that gets him on track.
Much needed. Puerto Rico aren't careful. Good steal from Allende too.
Yeah, Allende, huge play. And Puerto Rico are doing a good job at kind of getting second and third chances. If you're struggling in some aspects of your game, help out in another. So that steal from Allende was huge. Good patience for Puerto Rico. Oh, what a bounce pass. And Ebube missed the most makeable of layups.
Yeah, that's the second time I think Ebube's had that. Looks like he might have pulled up short on his knee too. He's struggling out there, Jeff. Just limping a little bit.
Oh, he did a good job in front of White. 6 on the shot clock. Always takes it to the hole. Gets blocked by Ebube. And Ebube, who's got a lot of ball there. Maybe it's on Moya.
It is indeed. And that will be the...
he got him on the arm.
Yeah.
think the frustration for Abube was probably missing the wide open layup. White out of the game. What I find interesting is that Australia, they lost the game to Canada, so they ended up with a tough first knockout game. As always makes the first. They had to beat Greece. Greece, a team that, quite simply, in my opinion, they were headed to the podium if they win the Australia game. They beat Greece, and now they play Puerto Rico, who went up against a supposedly inferior opponent. I think they were Egypt, far more inferior than Greece.
Yeah.
So now this is kind of a rude awakening for Puerto Rico.
Well, and yeah, it probably levels out the two standards of these two teams too. Australia is just showing right now that Puerto Rico don't belong on the same floor. But you know, Puerto Rico did 3 last time with Gandia, who's not on the floor, surprisingly enough.
Well, I think they do belong on the same.
Ooh.
That Froling got away with an elbow
lucky.
there.
Very lucky, the big fella. He's going to talk about it too. Watch this.
I'm surprised the referees. In my opinion, a little bit of acting maybe from Pacheco.
Yeah, he did, because he looked at the referee on his way down. Instead of worried about the pain in his. I don't think he got caught, to be honest with you.
I think Puerto Rico definitely belong in the court. They just can't make shots.
Yeah,
right now.
don't fit. Yeah, I'm talking figuratively. Please don't take me seriously.
After what I saw before this game,
goodness.
with you falling on the floor, I'm not sure I can ever take you seriously again. Reminds me of me, actually.
I'm getting old, man. I'm getting old.
Pacheco bounce pass to Allende for 3 and just an air ball. Goodness me, they just lack confidence offensively.
And you know, the first thing Allende's done when he's missed air ball is look over to the coach. You cannot do that. You've got to back yourself. Maybe he's going to come out the game, Rivera. You know, this is not good for the psyche of Leandro Allende. He's got to sort himself out quickly.
No, he had a tough last game as well against Egypt. Just seems to be suffering from a confidence standpoint. And the coaches over there just telling him to shoot it. Oh, good defense from Australia's number 10, Trent McMullen. Even more firepower coming off the bench for Australia. Teixeira didn't look like he was comfortable catching that ball. Akintola. Right now, this thing is getting away from Puerto Rico.
You know what? And they turned Australia over and turned the ball back again.
Yeah.
It's just not things going their way right now. They're just begging to get to that halftime locker room.
Yeah, that day off didn't come at a good time for them, did it? Cruz. The 3. Oh, he shoots the 3 and he's fouled by McMullen. And that's the type of play that can resuscitate, can breathe some life into the troops. And Cruz is that type of player.
Yeah.
Goodness me, they got to get something from somebody.
Jeff, got a question for you. When did has Toro played this second quarter?
No.
The forgotten man. You know, it's. I know he got 2 fouls in the first, but I would expect him to get at least a little light in the second period here.
Yeah, they need to get him back in. Barry instead is going to get off the bench. So Vasiljevic again, another one. Nope. Quick 3, maybe not what the doctor ordered for Australia.
Maybe this is Puerto Rico's time, last 40 seconds this quarter.
Teixeira. Cruz floats into the lane. You know, what Puerto Rico would like more than anything is to get a turnover and get points off turnovers, but I'm not sure they have that type of team really to get out and press. 18, 6 on the shot clock, and that's another 3. That's had a good night's work in the first half.
That's his 5th, I think, isn't it? 19 points.
Final 6 seconds of the half, and Teixeira, who's in obvious pain. Oh, and he hit the net. Vasiljevic If that had gone in, I just would have gone home. So it's a good thing it didn't happen.
It is a good thing. That would have been funny to see.
Well, I have to say,
just watch yourself when you get on the court. You don't trip over.
I don't think that score is right. It's 41-26. It's the system. It was, there you go, 41-26. Australia on top of Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico just about in it right now, but they are teetering. You can see very even on the board, so they've done well in that standpoint. And who would have thought that Australia would be like this with 19-8 from Vasiljevic and Humphreys almost non-existent.
Yeah, it's quiet game of the tournament coming up right here. Although Humphreys had 9 against France, but Vasiljevic is shooting 5 threes out of his 19 points. Game-winning performance, perhaps.
Stick around for second half action from Dubai, the FIBA U17 World Championship. Australia leading it by 15 over Puerto Rico.
Burguesinha, 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 burguesinha.